Hi, this is Jamel Hamka with Recherche Goldens in Statesville, North Carolina. Normally I start off my video saying I'm so excited to introduce a puppy, but I'm never excited to introduce one of our retired girls. This is Bella. She was born November 8th, 2012. We produced her. I just can't believe we've been breeding that long. She was the first pick of Anna and Dutch's litter. One of my favorite females of all time was Anna, and we had to keep a female from her. And it was at that time where we couldn't keep our dogs. We were selling them even faster than we had now because we had so few dogs. And we decided to keep because Anna was the best female at that time we ever owned, and we kept Bella. She was the pick of the litter. She had the blocky head, the confidence. She was absolutely stunning. No surprise, she had the best health clearances of any dog we have ever owned. We have one dog right now since then that's tied her. Nobody's ever beaten her. She has the best health clearances of any dog we have ever owned. But we did decide when we first started breeding 15 years ago, it was a hard decision when they retired, when they got done breeding, that we would rehome them. And that's very important because either you decide that or you end up keeping all of your dogs. And you have to understand, English Goldens, especially females that are health cleared and are older, they typically are gonna live 14, 15 years. And she's only 8 years of age. So she has probably another 7, 8 years where she's gonna live. And if I did that to every single dog, we would end up having 40 dogs and 20 are breeding and 20 are not. It's not fair to the dog. It's not fair to the breed, and we decided we were going to be a professional breeder. We're going to focus on the puppies. It's very hard because we've grown attached to her. She grew up in my house. I raised this dog as a puppy. And so it's always sad when we're rehoming them. But what it also does for you though, and this is just practical, we knew that we were going to rehome her. And so we trained her just like a puppy. We actually put her right back in training, and so we retrained her and to get her better and get her sharp on her training. They're not as good as some of our older puppies because she hasn't had like hundreds of hours of training right away, but she's super potty trained, super crate trained, all those things. She does really well in a home. But we went ahead and trained her, and we knew she'd go home. So we socialize, and we do everything to our puppies as we do to your puppies if we buy a puppy from us. But we know her personality very well. Her Recherche score is 846, 8 being she's very dependent. She loves people. She loves everybody. And she's never been a one-person dog because we've had employees her entire life. In fact, we have almost 50 employees now. And so she's used to being around almost everybody and anybody. She's super sweet, super affectionate. People come over and she just cuddles and snuggles. She always has a submissive, sweet, affectionate, ears laid back. I always have a hard time doing pictures with her because her ears are always laid back. She's always been submissive, sweet, loving, affectionate. She is a love bug. She loves to cuddle, loves to snuggle. She's a 4 out of 10 on activity. She's never really been hyper. She's not high energy. She's not gonna be a dog, and it's not just her age. She's been like this since she was a puppy. She's mature. She acts much older than her age. She's a 4 out of 10. She's not a lump on the log. She does have some energy, but it's just, she is calm. And then she's a 6 out of 10. She's not shy where she potties in the house and super afraid of thunderstorms. She's not like that. But she is sensitive. She's submissive. She wants to please you. She takes very little correction. You do a and she listens. I mean, she listens so easily, but she's just never been super confident in running in the burning bushes. The other thing that makes her unique, she's the biggest girl we own. We have one girl that's close to her, but she's tall. This girl is tall. She's 70, 75 pounds. In fact, I think I weighed her. She's a little bit hefty right now. I think she's like 76 pounds. So that's as big as a boy. And she's tall. She has a big blocky head, very light cream coat. She's losing her coat. We did spay her. So she's already spayed. You don't have to worry about doing that. She recently had her last litter, and she's going to be blowing her coat. She blows her coat. Typically, all of our females blow their coat when their puppies are about 4 months, 5 months of age, which is around her puppy's age. And so she's gonna start blowing her coat, and she's gonna look really thin, and then she's gonna grow it out. And because she's spayed, you won't ever have to worry about that again. They shed literally 1/3 once they're spayed. After they're spayed, they just shed so much less because something about, even if they don't have puppies, they will blow their coat. It's just what they do. Now Bella is able to go home after our level 1 training, which is training till October 1st. Level 2 training is November 1st, and level 3 training is December 1st. Now we're very flexible with those dates, so if you want to get her before or between those training programs, you definitely can do that, and we prorate the price so you can get her at the date that works best for you. Obviously, it cost us to train her every day. She actually is living with a professional trainer, and so that really stretches her socially. She had to learn potty training in a completely new house. She's doing really well, and but she is getting better and better. What I'd like to do now is to summarize our Puppy Training Institute, and then I'm gonna go through the training with Bella, and I'll come back and let you know what you need to do to reserve her. Now, there's a few things we show that are very visible. We can't show everything, but some things we can show, like walking on a leash. Bella does great walking on a leash. Now, Bella is lower energy. She doesn't need a lot of exercise. She probably could use it because she, being lazier and lower energy, she could tend to get overweight. But if you have a large yard, you don't have to walk her. But if you do walk her, you'll notice that she doesn't pull on her leash. She doesn't tug. We trained her doing auto sit, which when we first got her 8 years ago, we never even had that as a command. That auto sit is something she just learned. So they say you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Well, she's learned it very quickly. That's when we stop walking, they automatically sit. The other things that's very visible that we can show is walking on a leash, or obedience commands. She knows sit, down, stay, come, place, and kennel. She knows her commands with words only. She knows her commands with hand signals only. And then we also use the lead in a couple commands. If you pull up on the lead, she'll sit. If you pull down on the lead, she goes down. And she knows her commands forward and backward. She can stay for not seconds, but minutes. We say the word place and she'll jump up on the Chronicat. You will want to buy the Chronicat. She's had that most of her life. That will really help the transition. It also helps transfer the most difficult commands of stay and come to your house. So we say the word place and they'll jump up on the Chronicat. And then we say the word kennel and she'll sleep at night in her kennel. She goes in their kennel. She does really well. She actually feels very comfortable in a kennel because she's been being fed in a kennel. You have to when you have multiple dogs, or else the big ones will eat the other people's food. And she's a big dog. She would get morbidly obese if we didn't feed her in a crate, but she knows crate. The other areas that's very difficult to show is potty training, house training, socialization. You can kind of see that in all the videos. Now, if you're interested in Bella, read through this entire page. If you scroll to the bottom, you'll see the pictures we took of her. Right above the pictures are the prices for each of the training levels. The reason why she's lower priced is that she's older. But again, she's very healthy. She has the best health clearances of any Golden that we've ever bred with BVA 2-2 hips. I project her to probably live 15, 16 years. I'd be surprised if she lived less than 14 years. She's older. Anything is possible, but that's why we have her price lower. It's because she's older. The only health issue that we have noticed with her, and it's not uncommon, she had an ear infection, and so she has a little bit of a head tilt. It's gotten better, and she just recently had an ear infection, and so we think it's going to go away by the time she goes home. But if she has a little bit of a head tilt, that's because of an ear infection. It kind of messed up her equilibrium. But outside of that, she's perfectly healthy. If you look above her pictures, you'll see the prices for each of the training levels. If you want to reserve her, right below this video is a link that says click here to fill out puppy application. Click on the words puppy application, fill it out. We will respond within 24 hours. Thank you so much for taking time to watch this video of Bella. Again, she's an 8-year-old retired English Golden Retriever female. Thank you so much, and God bless.